This video is for the Hierographic Communication project of the lamp, and it's part 2, the stem. Now looking at the drawing, we can see that it is a sweep along a path. So the first thing we're going to do is make the path, and then we'll turn on a plane perpendicular so that we can sketch in the profile. Now you can see in the drawing that there is 2 sides to the stem, and both of them have a dimension of M8. This means that the circle has a diameter of 8, however a thread has been applied. Therefore we're going to do them separately. So we're going to focus on the centre point of the stem, and the first thing we can see is that it goes up at 90 degrees at 185 millimeters. So I'm going to start a sketch and click a plane, and then with my line tool I'm going to go up 90 degrees, 185 millimeters. Next we have an arc at the top of the 185. So I'm going to select the arc tool. I'm going to click once at the top of my 185. And instead of selecting an endpoint, I'm going to type in my dimensions. So you can see that the arc has a radius of 200, so I'm going to click in 200, and then I'm going to press the tab key, and I'm going to change the angle to 60 and press enter, and then again type in 200. And there we have our stem. Next, at the end of the stem, we have, or the arc, sorry, we have a line at 35. So again, I'm going to click line. I'm going to select and change the dimensions to 35 and make sure that the angle is set to 30 degrees. How do we know it's 30 degrees? Well, it tells us that this line that joins them both here, there is 90 degrees between the radius of the arc and this 35. So you can use the dimension tool to just check that both of these would make 90 degrees. Once we've done that, we're going to finish the sketch. And I'm going to turn on a plane that is perpendicular to the path. So in this case, I'm turning on my XZ because it's lying flat at the bottom of my path. I'm then going to start a sketch on this plane. And at the end of my path, so you can see here that my path finishes on where the 2 axes meet. So I'm going to get my circle tool, and I'm going to draw a circle with the green dot to a dimension of 12 and finish the sketch. So you can see that I've got my path, I've got a plane on, and my little 12 circle is sitting at the bottom. I can now use the sweep command to select my circle and my path and press OK, and the profile will sweep across. Now I need to make the 2 threads at either side. So first I'm going to start a sketch on the front of the top of my new path, and using the circle tool I'm going to make a circle at 8 millimeters and finish the sketch and extrude that circle of 8 to a dimension of 20. And I'm going to do the same at the bottom. I'm going to start a sketch on the bottom of my sweep, draw a circle at 8 millimeters, and this time I am going to extrude it 45. So that it looks like this. Next, I am going to add a thread to both parts. I'm going to click thread, And I'm going to select the top and press OK, and do the same to the bottom. And looking at it zoomed in, you can see that a thread has been applied. Last but not least, it shows us that there is a 5mm hole going through the stem. So on one surface, I am going to start a sketch and create a circle at 5mm. I'm then going to click Shell, change my thickness to 1.5, and I'm going to remove the top surface and the bottom surface so that my stem has a hollow 5mm throughout. Last, I'm just going to turn off the visibility of that just so that it makes it a little bit easier for us. I can then check where my 5mm is just to make sure that the hole has went through, and that allows me to just go into my modelling tree and delete my sketch of my 5mm. And once that's done, we can go to File, Save As, and save it to our OneDrive.